Do you want to follow a monk mode protocol? Do you ever think to yourself, I need a season of pure focus? Do you ever say to yourself, if I go into monk mode, I'll reach my goals? However, don't do monk mode. Follow this Muslim mode instead. You see, for the majority of my life, I was never productive. Throughout my life, up until recently, I would always wake up late, check my phone, eat bad food. There was never good habits. You see, most days I'd wake up based purely on vibes. Oh, I'll do this today and that today. There was no sense of direction. There was no sense of plan. Okay, I need to do this to get to there. This was throughout GCSEs, A levels, university. Do you know how many times I tell people, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because I'm in a season of focus? But in reality, all I'll do is just waste time and procrastinate. I'd give the illusion to my friends and family that I was studying, I was focusing on what needs to be done. But in reality, I was literally living off vibes. You see, I'd wake up whenever, I'd go to sleep whenever. I'd be like, let me do this instead, or let me do that instead. There was no sense of purpose or direction. There was this perception amongst people, yeah, they were like, oh, Pablo's actually going to do work. He's actually sitting down and focusing. But in reality, this was far from the truth. The reason why during exam season or essay season that I was unable to sit down and work is because I had no plan. You see, there was no clear regimented routine where I'd be like, okay, I'll wake up at this time, do this, then do that. There was no programs implemented that allowed me to do that essay or to revise for the exam. But alhamdulillah, I passed my GCSEs, my A levels, and I was able to graduate from university. You see, when I left uni, I was like, I need to make money and I need to hit the gym more often. Basically starting a quote unquote self-improvement journey. You see, during those last months of uni, I consumed a lot of content from Tate, Hamza and Beckles. So I was like, you know what? When I leave uni, I need to pattern up. However, when I left uni, I continued to wake up and just do stuff on vibes. Yeah, I had the gym routine. Every 2 days, I'll do this. I launched my own business. There was a few things that I was doing here and there. However, I was very inconsistent with both. Some days I'd skip the gym and have a cheat meal. Other days I'd be like, let me improve my business. While other days, I'd wake up and I couldn't be asked to do anything for my business. And by the time October came, I was like, you know what? I actually need to make a change. It's all well and good saying, I'm on self-improvement. However, if you're not making any tangible progress towards a goal, if my business is not doing well, if I'm sporadic in the gym, and I'm sporadic with my diet, plus everything else was just going in the wrong direction, I was like, I need to make a change. I need to change something. Because you can consume all the content in the world. You can watch Tate, Hamza, Justin Waller, you can watch all of them and say you're on self-improvement. But if you're not doing anything, if you're not taking action and doing the good habits, how can you really say you're bettering your life? Because at that point, if you're just consuming content and wasting time, then you're basically wasting your own life. So I knew a change had to be done. I needed to dedicate myself towards a specific goal, towards a specific target that made me feel proud of myself. So basically, I decided to do TikToks on history, politics, and that kind of stuff there. So initially, for the first couple of days, I wrote scripts in the afternoon and the evening, and I was unproductive. So you know what I was like? Let me wake up early in the morning and script write, because I used to hear all these people, yeah, I wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. at ridiculous times and pattern so much work. So what I did the following day is when I woke up for Fajr, I prayed, I went to my computer and started to write scripts. And for the first 2-3 hours of the morning, I was able to write so many scripts, about 14, when previously in the last 2 days combined, I'd done 9. And you know, after that day onwards, I'd stay up after Fajr for 95% of the days. So those 2-3 hours after Fajr, I'd dedicate to doing the hardest task, the most difficult task. That would often be writing scripts or editing videos for YouTube. And bit by bit, I would optimize my morning routine and my schedule to the extent that every hour of the day is scheduled. And because of course I was watching other people's morning routines, I came across this concept known as monk mode, which is the idea to cut out all distractions and simply focus on one goal. As a Muslim, I thought this concept was good, but needed to tweak to prioritize the deen rather than the dunya. So I decided to make a few changes to this monk mode protocol and make a Muslim mode instead, which I have successfully implemented into my life, which makes me more productive and it's more sustainable. You see, living that monk mode lifestyle is not good for your mental or physical health, as you're confined for 3 to 6 to even 12 months. So essentially, with this Muslim mode protocol, your day starts with the salah, and ends with salah. Rather than fitting in salah into your schedule, you fit your schedule around the salah. So of course you start your day by praying Fajr, wake up, do wudu, pray the sunnah, then pray the fard. However, the key thing is after you pray, you don't go back to sleep. You stay up and do the most important tasks. You see that task that is tedious and difficult, you stay up to complete it. You see, this is the time where you dedicate yourself to deep work, because there'll be no messages, phone calls, people won't be up to distract you. For example, every morning after I wake up for Fajr, I'll write TikTok or YouTube scripts, because this task requires the most thoughts and brain power. Firstly, the reason why it's so important to wake up early and do the work is because there's barakah in the morning. As it's explicitly mentioned in this hadith, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "O Allah, bless my nation in their mornings." You see, there's literally barakah in the morning, so it's a time where you can be productive and dedicate yourself to doing good quality work. Furthermore, when you first wake up, your cerebral power is at the highest, and furthermore, your dopamine receptors have been replenished. So therefore, when you dedicate yourself towards that big task, it's way easier. How many times have you tried to sit down and do work, maybe in the afternoon or even worse in the evening, and you simply can't focus? It's near impossible to do any work. And the reasoning behind this is because throughout the day, you've diminished your dopamine, as well as the fact that you've zapped your mental energy. So then when you try to sit down and actually do work, it's near impossible. It's so hard that you just go on your phone, or you go upstairs and eat, or you do this, or you do that. Thus, when you try to sit down and concentrate on a specific task in the afternoon or the evening, it's very difficult. So tomorrow when you wake up for Fajr, pray and whatnot, do not go back to sleep. Dedicate yourself to that task. Because when I tell you, you become so much more productive when you stay up after Fajr, it's unbelievable. And you might tell me, I'm only on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep if I stay up after Fajr. And you're right, I had this exact same concern throughout the summer. So by the time it was April, the time between Isha and Fajr was going from 6 hours to 5 hours. So what I thought to myself was that I'd wake up for Fajr, quickly pray, go back to sleep, and do the hard task as soon as I woke up. However, there were some days where I was tossing and turning for like an hour, so I was like, you know what? Let me get up to my desk and do work. And then I found out I was even more productive than when I would go back to sleep and wake up and do work. However, this was very sporadic and only happened when I couldn't go back to sleep. Normally, I wanted to go back to sleep so that I could wake up at 7 or 8. But nowadays, the time between Isha and Fajr is getting longer bit by bit. So over the last 2 weeks, I modified my schedule around this. So what I'll do is, of course, wake up, do wudu, pray sunnah and fard, alhamdulillah. But the key thing is I don't eat anything, I don't check my phone, I don't do anything at all. All I do is go to my desk and do the work. So after I pray Fajr, I'll go to my desk and do work. And this would normally be a deep work block on writing scripts. So either for YouTube or TikTok, self-improvement or history. So there'll be 2 deep work blocks. The first one with just water, and then the second one with coffee. And I'll often have a third work block which will be on editing videos for YouTube or TikTok. Because it still requires mental energy and focus, but it doesn't require as much cerebral power as writing scripts. Because I find that after 2-3 hours of writing scripts, I can still edit to a high level. Despite the fact that I haven't slept the full 7 to 8 hours, I feel so focused and mentally sharp. So what you need to do is after Fajr, you stay up and do the biggest tasks. The tasks that move the needle, that get you from A to B. However, the next step is important, and that is to have a little nap after. Because the thing is, yeah, of course, after 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep, you're going to get tired. You're no Superman. So after I've written the scripts and edited the videos, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm going to take a nap. Anywhere between 7 to 8 to 9:30 to 10. Depending on the day, depending how much I slept. There's so many factors. The general gist is having a little nap afterwards. That's when I'll wake up, get ready to commute to work. However, if that's not the case, I'll dedicate that time period until Dhuhr to filming. And the reason why I'm able to do this is because I've had a power nap, as well as the fact I haven't ate anything and I haven't checked my phone. Irrespective if I have a day off or I have to go into work, I'll continue to be in a fasted state until Dhuhr time, which is around 1:12 in the UK at the minute. The reason for this is because I like to be mentally sharp to do the biggest tasks. If I ate carbs, for example, or I checked my phone in the middle of my work session, I'll be distracted and I wouldn't concentrate fully. My cerebral power will have been diminished. And then around 4 to 4:30, I'll prepare my second meal of the day, which is my pre-workout meal. And I try to eat before Asr time, which is around 5:15 in the UK right now. So then after I eat, I'll pray, then chill for a bit to let my body rest and digest the food. Irrespective if I have to go into work or I have a day off, I try to start my workout around 6:30. So then I'll have dinner, I'll chill and talk with my family and whatnot. So the next key step in the Muslim mode protocol is around Maghrib time. So this is a time of preparation for the following day. So firstly, I'll write a schedule for my day. Alright, tomorrow morning I have to do exactly this, then I have to do that, then I have to do this. Despite the fact I disabled all notifications, I put it on airplane mode so no one can call me in the early hours of the morning. Do you know how many times I'm just doing work and someone calls me at like 7 a.m? Furthermore, I'll set up all the tabs on my laptop. If I need to write that script, I'll have it up open. If I need to write that script, I'll have it up open. So everything's ready and there's no friction when I wake up. Another key thing is I get a water bottle ready to cut out all distractions. So after I pray Maghrib, I'm literally waiting for Isha, and in that time period, I'll just read a book. So in that way, I'm still learning and being productive. However, of course, if you do this every day, you're going to feel burnt out and isolated. So this is where the Muslim mode differs from monk mode and takes inspiration from the Adonis protocol made by Hamza. Instead of going through a period of 3 to 6 months of no contact, simply locking in, you can have an evening or afternoon every 2 weeks or so where you chill with your friends, you maybe go chaiwala, you maybe go to this restaurant, because in this way it's way more sustainable and you actually make tangible progress. Of course, you need seasons of pure dedication, however your friends have rights upon you. You see, having a 3-hour time block, just chilling with your friends, will actually make you more productive because it makes you realize how valuable time is. Because if you're constantly grinding and grinding, you won't value the time. You know how many times I came back from motives and it increased my desire and motivation because I had that little break, I recharged my batteries, I wasn't always on focus mode. You see, this Muslim mode protocol allowed me to hit the gym consistently, upload every day, do the good habits while minimalizing the bad habits. Of course, you can't follow it to a T. Your schedule will be different, you might live in a different country. However, if you start your day with Fajr and end it with Isha, you achieve monumental consistency. What you can do is take your schedule, what you need to do right now, say that's school, university, business, and you mold it around this basic principle. Start your day with Fajr and end it with Isha. For example, one of my friends, he goes to the gym straight away in the morning because that's his biggest priority. Or one of my other friends, he needs to study, so he does that first thing in the morning. Whatever the case may be, if you follow the guidelines of this Muslim mode protocol, you'll make tangible progress towards your goals. Whatever the case may be, if you follow the guidelines of the Muslim mode protocol, you'll make tangible progress towards your goals.